Passing out the medicines. We've been on that rock star regimen, knowing that I'm heaven sent, higher than I ever been. I got a problem with.
What's going on? This is Totally Blitzed podcast. I'm Paul Pick'em, Win'em, Concha, and as always, I'm joined by my co-pick.
Hey man, you already know it's the game. It's the game day changer himself, the little KK, aka the Don P.Y., aka Kev Waterboy's boy, aka the homie that was vibing, cooling, chilling, making plays all Thanksgiving. How was your Thanksgiving, Paul?
Thanksgiving was a success. 3 stops, 3 plates, everyone knocked out the food, a home run.
Nice.
Watch 3 stops, 3 plates, 3 games. It was everything came into place. This is a little shot right here. Shout out to my co-host. We Thanksgiving was a success. Thanksgiving episode was a success. Everything's coming into place. So
yes,
shot.
sir.
Oh, that's strong. Oh, I haven't had like a straight vodka in a while. I thought that would be good to get the vibes going. But how was your Thanksgiving over there in the G?
I was big chilling. I was grinding, doing what I do, going crazy, watching football. That shit was lit. The games like yesterday was lit as fuck, but yeah, I was just grinding, doing what I do, watching football.
Has the Falcons play Thanksgiving Day? I know they probably have in the history, but have you ever watched do you remember anything?
The Saints, like I want to say like not maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, and it was pretty bad. No, yeah, it was pretty bad. We played the Saints. We played the Saints back when Drew Brees was there, and I want to say we played one more time. But now Thanksgiving football is actually pretty lit. I was actually doing peeping the history on that shit, and there's been some crazy shit to go down on Thanksgiving, like bruh.
My favorite.
Like Barry Sanders once killed somebody for like 3 touchdowns, 200 yards, and I was just saying like, what the fuck?
Oh.
Yeah, on Thanksgiving, Randy Moss's 3 catches, 160 yards.
One of the most famous stat lines of all time.
But like, it's crazy. People don't know that like the Cowboys wanted to draft Randy Moss. Like a lot of people don't know Randy Moss was a rookie that year, and a lot of people really don't know the fact that Randy Moss he actually dropped one ball that game. You know, he dropped one, and it was literally in his hands. Like, he dropped the 4th touchdown. Niggas don't know that.
Oh, one of my favorite histories, another Cowboys game. It was, I think it was 26 years ago, and it was the Cowboys versus Dolphins, and it was the the punt, and it didn't go nowhere. And then I don't even know who the Cowboys player was that touched it, and the Dolphins get in the end zone. We win on a walkout. You already saw young Jerry Jones cheering. I thought that was Jason Garrett for a second. He was cheering. Oh, good time.
Yeah, that shit was funny. I actually seen that. There was his name was Leon Lepp.
That's who it was.
You guys, and he had a miscue in the Super Bowl. That was a big deal too. But you guys got your field goal blocked.
Field goal block. That's what it was.
Jerry Jones is lit, vibing. Everybody's hurt on the Dolphins side.
Snowy day.
But they blocked it, and then nobody touched the ball. Nobody covered the ball except Leon Lepp, who goes in there, and it was snowing. He tries to recover the ball. He slips, and you guys get the ball at the 1-yard line to kick again. That shit was terrible. Like, that should get you cut.
Especially when you do it a second time.
The Cowboys still went on to win the Super Bowl that year, but like that shit would have got you cut like immediately. All you would have heard is Leon Lepp get released by the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, but Thanksgiving Day has always been known for their history, and one of the biggest history was made this Thanksgiving with the Cowboys and Raiders. Both teams 14 penalties over 100 yards, first time in over like 18 years. There was just an insane amount. There was 4 DPIs on one player for the Cowboys, the same player.
Yeah, that shit was bad.
Yeah, some people were like, hey, just let him play. Some people were like, hey, broke a rule, called flag. Hey, it was a good game. Especially,
it's crazy because that game broke ratings. Like that game, I got a notification saying that they had like 39.6 million people tuned in. I was like, that's insane. I've never seen a rating for an NFL ever before. And I was just like, that's an insane amount of people. Like, I probably never seen a rating before, and I was like, that's an insane amount of people.
All right. Well, speaking of rating, how would you rate the 3 Thanksgiving games? And that's the way we'll break them down.
Oh yeah, we definitely go Cowboys, Raiders, then Lions.
The
Who they play?
Bears.
Yeah, so the Lions, and then the Lions really pissed me off on that game.
2
And then
timeouts at the end of the game. That was another loss that was by their own hands or whatever you want to say.
and then the last game was the Bills and Saints. Yeah, I'm taking DI. So it goes that order. It goes Cowboys, Raiders, Lions, Bears, and then Bills, Saints.
So what's your takeaway from the Cowboys and Raiders?
Oh man, like
Another loss in Jerry World.
the Raiders ain't no hoes. Like the Raiders came through, like they was pressuring Derek, but
Yeah.
my dog Derek.
Parsons set that rookie record or broke it. With his.
Hey, don't get me wrong. There was a lot of bullshit being called. Like Michael Parsons tweeted how like they called
the pass,
the
not the roughing the passer.
And all he did was like run into and then like Derek Carr just ran into his knee.
Yeah, and he's trying to like stop as the other guy beside him is like hitting it. Like
I don't know. Like you said, man, they called 28 penalties. That shit is insane. Mike McCarthy's still mad about that shit right now.
Yeah, if you're calling 28 penalties, you're bound to get something wrong and you're bound to get something right.
Facts. And that shit was crazy though. Like, so Michael Parsons, the Raiders are just the truth. The Raiders are not no hoes. They're not gonna back down. They're gonna try to win. But also, there are key pieces on Dallas that ate regardless. Like Michael Parsons did not stop at all for a second. That was a motherfucking beast. But at the end of the day, Deshaun Jackson, Hunter Renfrow, they really showed up this game. They really did what they had to do. Even they have another receiver, Jones. He was doing his thing too. Like
Zay Jones.
Yeah, so like Derek Carr got weapons. They can still be explosive and they can get W's. And like they're still in this playoff hunt. That's what I got from that game. The Cowboys, they're not looking like we said, they like to slow down in the middle of the season and make it interesting for their own division. But the Raiders really showed up this game. I'll give them that because they fought.
Yeah, no, I gotta say the same thing. Even when you have all your woes with penalties and all that, but to break down the game, hey, the Cowboys they came to play, but the Raiders just came to play a little harder. They even Deshaun Jackson with that first touchdown, I thought that like soon as I saw that first touchdown Deshaun Jackson, I was like, like this might like I don't like how this is feeling. And Parsons 8, I want to say didn't both the receivers for the Raiders get over 100 yards?
Yeah, man.
Jackson and Renfrow
had some great catches.
And Renfrow, he's like his route tree is crazy. I'll give that man right there knows can run some routes, and he's in the trenches with it. He's not the flashiest player, but yet his game backs him up. What I took away from this game is the Cowboys, they're good. I just don't think we can say that they're a great team yet. They've had some early splashes and everything, and people wanted to crown them. Of course, they're the NFC East best right now, of course. But people wanted to crown them as Super Bowl favorites, maybe, and like all this and that. And now I'm giving them a second look of like, hey, you're a really good team, but I don't know if I can consider you a great team yet. I don't know if I can put you on the Packers level. Who else is up there? Like the Bucks and Chiefs when they're on their Super Bowl run. But I can still say that you're a really good team and you're gonna play every week.
Oh yeah, I respect them. Like this game was lit. It went into overtime, so like you can't fault it.
A lot of momentum shifts too. Like when Tony Pollard brought back the 100-yard kick return. Like right there, if you're a Cowboys fan, you're like, that's what we needed. Like late in the third quarter, we're down by over a touchdown. That's what we need to get us back in the game right there. Instant offense.
That shit was crazy. I can't remember the score that happened before that, but like the game was like 24-6 to like 24-7. Like if Tony Pollard doesn't take that back like that and really get everybody jumping, energized, and excited, it's a whole different ball game. Facts. And like, when's the last time you seen a kick and taken back on Thanksgiving? Like Devin Hester, maybe?
Yeah, that felt good watching something like that. And then what was the other game you had second? Oh, the Lions basically shooting himself in the foot, calling those 2 timeouts at the end of the game. Bears win. What was it? 14-16 final score.
Oh my gosh. I really thought the Lions was going to take this W. They was leading most of the game, 14-13 most of the game. And it's just like they had the chance. Shout out to Monty. That boy got a mean ass pick. And
he dropped one earlier in the end zone in the first quarter as well. Like that boy was really eating.
Yeah, he was. That wasn't even his fault. Jimmy Graham would really knock that shit out of the way. But that second one was fucking athletic. Like that shit was nasty. It looked like he just played the passing lanes perfect.
No, he's turning into something over there.
Yeah, bro, that pick was fucking crazy. And then like literally it looked like he played the passing lanes perfectly. But like that's what the Lions do. Like the game was close. They had multiple chances to win. It's just like little stupid shit. And I don't think those back-to-back timeouts are so bad because like the Matt Nagy's calling a timeout at the same time. Like the Lions be close, man. I really thought they had a chance this week, but nah, this wasn't the game.
Hey, same division. If they had a bigger brother that acted just like them, was just a little bit better, was the Vikings. Like everything's gonna be close with these guys.
And like the thing that's crazy is that like DC was just like on the like when they mess up and they were doing like stupid little a lot of stuff was penalties, a lot of stuff were holding calls, just bad fundamentals, like a lot of bullshit. And like I can't remember if this is the game. I think it might have been the Cowboys versus Raiders, but like they got flagged for. There's a good chance it was the Cowboys Raiders, but they got flagged because the center moved his head up and down the signal that he was about to snap the ball. It was like that's fucking insane. There's a good chance that was the Cowboys versus the Raiders.
I remember this game particularly. I think it was Troy Aikman in the booth, and he said, we're gonna think. You always think back on some wacky matchups in Thanksgiving. He goes, we're gonna think back like, you remember that Bears Lions game where they flagged for holding so many times or something? It was like, and it was just because like even the commentators had to say how ridiculous they're getting called on holding. It was almost every play or every big play called back on holding, and on the Lions, particularly. But yeah,
that shit was real.
DeAndre Swift went out with an injury. I think that was the biggest thing outside of the loss. Like one of their key components is now might be gone. I'm not sure how major of an injury it was, but shit, it was already a hard day being a Lions fan, and now you're not gonna have DeAndre Swift.
And that's the swiftest player, man.
Yeah. Shit. I got nothing else to say about it. I mean, Andy Dalton, like I said, their offense went from shit to poop. You could only put up 16 points on a porous Lions defense.
The defense played straight though. They played a lot of man coverage.
I root for the defense, especially because of Monty there. But just when it comes down, like you're supposed to have a better offense, you're not supposed to just put up 16 on this, especially when the Lions offense gives the ball back so quickly with short drives and turnovers.
I'll give it to them because like I don't think the Bears have a good offense in my opinion, but like the Lions they played like a lot of man coverage and a lot of deep shit, like a lot of Andy Dalton. That last drive from that one from like 8.5 minutes per damn near that pretty much the end of the game where he called the back-to-back timeouts. Like the only times they really got caught slipping was when they were playing like a really deep man coverage. So like motherfucking the Lions did straight and like you could tell they played it well because they didn't have Allen Robinson. And I don't know his first name, but
Darnell
really
Mooney
played out. He got some big catches and some big moments. Like he played good.
He's a legitimate guy. Like his name's getting flown around there. He's been pretty good consecutive weeks now. He strung together some weeks.
Yeah, so like it wasn't like a terrible game, like offensively and defensively. Like it wasn't battling it out a little bit. It's just like I just think they matched up really well with each other.
No, I agree. If the Lions were to play anybody, it's supposed to be a good game for Thanksgiving. I think the Bears was the best option.
Definitely. And they should have fucking won that shit.
Hey,
And even if they didn't call the back-to-back timeouts, it was just like, what the fuck? It was just like, how do y'all just do this like this? Because they would have stopped that play because there was nothing open on that play.
True. But on to the next game to wrap us up for Thanksgiving. We had probably, you said, your personal favorite with this watching the Saints get their ass beat.
Yeah, hey, Falcons Twitter was lit. That shit was fun.
I would say Josh Allen didn't have his best game, and they still beat the fuck out of him. Like, that is something to like really just drive home. Is like Josh Allen threw a couple picks, and as the Saints offense just couldn't do nothing. Like, and the Bills, hey, we fucked up here and there. We may have stumbled on the speed bump, but we're a train still right now. At least that's what I saw.
Nah, definitely. What's it called? Pray for that boy Tre'Davious White. That boy's out for the season. That shit is bad. That boy's
Huge
really
blow.
put the league on notice. He was showing people that he was a top. Everybody knew he was a top 10 corner, but he was like, yo, I'm more top 5 than top 10 if you really look at it. But the Bills bust their ass, and like I'm not gonna lie, ever since I said the Saints suck, like they haven't won a game since. I just want to throw that out there. But the
That's
Bills
all the
bust their
cliff
ass,
before
and I
anyone
think it
else.
was more on the receivers, like because Dawson Cox, who scored 2 touchdowns on their ass, really 3, but they called it back. They called 1 back. Stephon Diggs put the moves on Marshawn Lattimore. That shit went viral. That boy was They said That shit was straight footwork. Like, and that's Stephon Diggs' bread and butter. And Sean Payton just couldn't do shit about it. Like Trevor Seaman throwing picks. Like there's no run game. You don't have no Mark Ingram or Alvin Kamara.
Trey Jones looked terrible. That whoever they brought up, I don't know if it was a rookie or practice squatter, but whoever got the job that day was not ready.
Right. I don't know how many receptions he had, but Callaway didn't look like he was playing too terrible. But like it was a lot for that offense to deal with. The defense was ready to have a nice field day with them boys. And the Bills just came up and showed out. I don't know how much that really means in the grand scheme of things, but like they showed up and showed out. And if they keep playing like this, maybe Josh Allen steps up a little bit further. There'll be tables. There'll be tables all playoffs.
All playoffs. No, if they play if you can put 31 up and still have mistakes, hey, you're a force. I will say, Knox with his 2 touchdowns, almost 3. As a fan, I have him in fantasy. I also have George Kittle, so I'm in this position where I gotta start Kittle. But am I now gonna be rocking the 2 tight end formation, putting Knox as my flex?
Hey man, you need a blocker. You need somebody to block sometimes. When you want somebody to run the route, somebody to block. Who else you got out your fleet? You ain't got Cooper Kupp in there.
Nah.
You ain't got no Hunter Renfrow.
I do not. I only got a Caldwell Patterson.
Damn, that boy hurt right now. You better.
He should be coming back. He should be coming back this week. He's practicing.
Okay.
And before we hop into these recap, I did also see some news that Calvin Ridley is supposed to be coming back before the season's over. So if y'all can just luck these next couple of games out, who knows if he's.
I don't know. Hey, I'm glad he didn't come back for these last 2 games. I would have sent him into overload.
Yeah, yeah, no good thing.
That boy would have went to the psych ward.
Yeah, especially it would have been like almost like homecoming week for him. Like, hey, welcome back, we're here, and then just get something like that on him. I didn't need all this. I can go back home.
Back to Miami.
And another thing I want to shout out was I was shocked to see this, but PFF put out their cornerback top 4 list for so far in the year. Number 3, AJ Terrell. And you know who right under him? Big play Slay.
Yeah, big play Slay.
But yeah, no, shout out AJ Terrell. He's balling. Oh, I don't know why I keep saying recap. We're not recapping nothing. We're going into the week.
Preview, boy. That's what that Thanksgiving to do to you, man. Niggas has just been rolling on their ass.
Yeah. Well, let's jump right into it. I have a heater for the first game. We'll take a shot real quick. Tampa Bay going into Indianapolis. Indianapolis is the underdog at home. Jonathan Taylor coming off 5 TDs. Buccaneers coming off a huge Monday night win over the Giants. How you rocking?
That's interesting. This is a really good game because like this shows the testicular fortitude of the Colts. Like if you can come through run, you don't gotta score 5 touchdowns on a run game, but if you can come through, you can run the ball, you can move the ball down the field. Your defense can hold up, your defense can get stops, the defense can force turnovers against a Super Bowl favorite team because regardless of however they played this season, they're still gonna be always in the Super Bowl talks. That says a lot about the Colts. Like the Colts, they can bust anybody, but if they can come through and see the Bucs and take the Bucs to a dogfight all four quarters, it'll be killer for them. And their key is to keep the run game going against that rush defense. Do not get away from the run game even slightly. Because anytime that Jonathan Taylor scored over 100 rushing yards, they've won. So like if they get to that run, even though because that run, they're gonna load that fucking box, and that box has to be
Vita Vea is gonna be back.
But if you can keep rushing that your O-line, your O-line is pushing forward with them, they can get something cracking. Carson Wentz can not commit too many mistakes. The Colts can take it, man. The Colts do that. I got the Colts in this one, dog. And like the Bucs is cool. The Bucs they lost 1-1. So like this game could really be like they're kind of like an up and down for them. Can they continue trending upwards and start winning in bunches, or they're gonna go just like back and forth, and then barely because they're gonna win their division, but like just barely have like feel like a force in the league right now. This is gonna be interesting for them.
Yeah, especially with how this Colts defense is playing. They just basically routed Josh Allen and the Bills. They had a couple drop interceptions that could have made their day look even crazier than what it was already. Then, Vita Vea is coming back. Antonio Brown's going to miss another week. But, I'm still rocking with the Colts just like you. Home dog. That's one of my dogs of the week. We're both on it. Tampa Bay on the road, like I said, they win at home, but they're 2-3 on the road, 0-5 against the spread.
So and one of them is to Trevor Seaman.
Yeah, and another loss is to Washington.
Mm-hmm.
So they're capable of losing on the road, and especially even though they have the best rush defense and Vita Vea is back, I just don't think Jonathan Taylor in this scheme is something that you can just stop. And even if you can stop them, I don't like their corners to match up against Pittman, T.Y. Hilton, Mo Alley Cox, 6'8" ass at the tight end position. So yeah, give me the Colts here. This is the team like I picked earlier in the year. I think this is gonna be a scary team. They're just getting things right, and they might. This is another. Hey, the Bills is not an easy win, and if you can beat the Bucs, I don't know who's left on the schedule, but it can't be no harder than these two teams.
Have you peeped the Colts Hard Knocks, the ongoing season one?
I was gonna watch it tonight. I saw it there, and I didn't realize they already had a second episode out. And I was like, okay, now that there's 2 episodes, I can at least sit there and like, oh, that first episode's good. On to the next.
Nah, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna see if they make it into the playoffs. I'm gonna wait till the playoffs to watch it just to see like, damn, Jonathan Taylor really did score 5 touchdowns. Like, see the inside, like the practice.
How he comes in that next day.
God. Like, oh my God. Like, damn, because that shit was crazy. And they started off so slow. So I was like, damn, they really chose a good team to do this shit for.
Yeah, and you get to really see that comeback mentality.
And Carson Wentz crash. That's all he believes. That's all he speaks, crash.
Yeah, bro. He on go ready every week.
Every fucking week. He ready to crash out.
Well, another team in the same division got the Titans going up against Brady's old team, the Patriots.
The Patriots who have been motherfucking balling.
7-4, 8-3. Like, this is a big matchup right here in the AFC right now. This has potential. Maybe, like, if Titans lose again, maybe the AFC first seed is, like, a lot more up for grab. Like, everything. And, this is a big playoff picture type game. I'm rocking with the Patriots. I think that is going to come in. I think the tight ends, AJ Brown is out for the tight end, so they already don't have Derrick Henry now. The number one receiver is out. Julio's still out. I just don't see Tannehill being there. I think Bill Belichick has something for Tannehill, who he's seen twice a year when he was in Miami. Mike Vrabel, great coach. That defense is going to come to play. I think they're going to make some big sacks on Mac Jones, create some mayhem, stuff like that. But I think the Patriots are going to, at home here, I think they're going to win.
I'm taking the Patties. I'm taking them for a couple of different reasons. I believe that defense is there. Like that defense a lot during this win streak is there. Every game they showed out, they held the Falcons to 0. Nobody, you can't name somebody that's really scored three scores on this defense in the last couple of games.
70-0 in like the past. It says right here 70-0 in the past 11 quarters.
Yeah, I respect this defense strongly. I think that defense is gonna show up, and since they're hurt, they don't have everything, and they waived AP, so you ain't got that firepower you need.
Oh damn!
You ain't got that firepower.
Had y'all's back, and y'all gonna just do it to him like that?
They had enough to scare, you know what I'm saying? They go check the other team check the depth chart. They be like, damn, Adrian Peterson. I know he old, but damn, AP, that boy could take off at any moment. But no, I'm counting. But I'm taking the Patties in this one. It's not even about the scheme. I just think that defense is there, and everybody know Mac Jones is gonna figure it out. He's gonna dig and dunk. The system is gonna take them to the end zone. The system's gonna take them to the red zone. They're gonna figure out how to score in those situations. But yeah, I gotta take the Patties on this one because that defense is probably going. I see that defense shows up like it's supposed to. It's a wrap.
Yeah, Mac Judon, J.D. McKissick. They really got some playmakers over there.
I didn't find out Mac Judon's like up there in the sacks, low key.
Yeah, he is. And he's quiet, like both of them. J.D. McKissick is like up there when I think comes to interceptions as well. Like they're just quiet playmakers, not getting big headlines.
And you can't forget about J.C. Jackson as that boy number 2 in interceptions, I think. And the only reason why is because there's a fucking receiver ahead of him.
Diggs. Well, sticking with the AFC, this is going to be another divisional matchup. Steelers at Bengals. Bengals haven't swept the Steelers in a season since 2009. I mean, the Bengals haven't swept the Steelers yet in the season since 2009. That's
crazy. That's how consistent the Steelers have been. I respect it because they've had a couple squads since then.
Yeah, a couple of little maybe playoff push, wild card pushes.
Young Andy Dalton.
Yeah, I mean the Bengals are favored here at home. Big Ben I think they just lost to the Chargers in that Monday night. Was it Sunday night or Monday night? But I just remember it was a crazy game down to the wire.
Sunday night came back 17.
Everything in my guts telling me to just go with Mike Tomlin. Then they're gonna have something for the Bengals, but I'm gonna trust Joey B at home. Jamar Chase. I don't think the Steelers got anything for him right now. They're kind of looking sleepwalking out there.
I'm taking the Steelers in this one. I'm trusting Mike Tomlin, big MT, because I realized something about the Steelers is that they're not gonna stop being aggressive no matter what. They're just gonna be aggressive as fuck at all times. They just hope that eventually that it works. That's consistently what they do. Even on special teams, they'll go for a kick, and the kicker get fucking hurt, and it's just let's keep being aggressive. Extra points. Keep it. Fuck it. We going for 2. Aggressive. And that's what they do, man.
Wonder Boy TJ Watt is practicing. I'm not sure if he's playing, but he is back to the practice field.
Nice. So that's what I feel about the Steelers. The boys are going to be aggressive. They're going to take charge. Their defense has to be explosive. Their defense has to be loud, even though it's banged up. And if their offense can score 37, which they probably won't, but their offense could put up points like they did last week, was getting the dub, no cap. But like Steelers stay aggressive and they keep doing what they're doing. I like them to get the dub this week.
Yeah, no, I like this being a close game. Just I could see Joey B. I could see a world where he throws a couple picks, and this game is in the trenches. And the Steelers likes games in the trenches.
Yeah, and I want to know. I think the Joey B and the boys, they've been streaking. They've been getting some consistent good W's. But like, we'll see. Because if they stay like this and they keep on playing and they busting division talent, they might be the team to piss everybody off and to piss somebody off come playoff time. But
Yeah.
I don't see it. I it's not that I don't see it. I want to see it this week. Like if we had to choose any week to get a win, get some wins in a row, just start streaking and start catching dubs, I'm choosing this motherfucking week.
Hey, well, they gave him a shout out on the Black Friday NFL during Thanksgiving. It was one of the Christmas presents. The Bengals as a Bengals fan, and he got a winning record.
Nice.
And he's like, I haven't seen one of these in years.
Yeah.
But another, like in my eyes, this is a big game. We have the Panthers, Cam Newton back 5-6, rolling into Miami, coming off 3 wins in a row. We're hot. We got the Dolphins.
This is gonna be an interesting game.
I'm rocking. You know where my allegiance lies. I'm taking the Dolphins here. Even though the Panthers have a defense that gets sacks and bunches, and our offensive line is the worst, and we have like the 4th highest sack rate or 6th most given most sacks. I think Tua's pocket presence helps us a little bit, and we just get some shots down the field. We're gonna get some deep balls again, some 60-yard tuds. Myles Gaskin's gonna catch 5 passes, and our defense is gonna come in and just blitz the fuck out of the Panthers. And hopefully we can just CMC might have a big day because, like I said, our rush defense is pretty shit. But maybe we'll get some turnovers, and that's the only way I can really see us winning this game.
I feel it. I respect it. I'm not gonna lie, I like the Panthers to bust y'all ass. But I also said the same thing for the Ravens, and the Ravens got their ass butts. So like, it's the NFL, anything can happen. So like, I like the way y'all match up well. I just feel like the Panthers match up a little bit better against y'all when it comes to styles, make fights. Because they're gonna bring the pressure with you. They're gonna break the pressure with you, but they can also bring pressure to drop back in coverage. So like, if this defense plays phenomenal, everybody plays their roles and they play their part, it's gonna be a long day for y'all. And then on the other side, what defense is gonna show up this week? Because your defense has shown that like there can be the top 4, top 5, top 6, like that top defense to conversate about, to bring around. You got great players, and I like that linebacker number 52. I don't know his name, but you got you got Xavier Howard, and you got a couple pass rushers. So it's like, what defense is gonna show up this week? So if that defense can show up, and if that O-line can hold up, then the Dolphins is beating 80. Dolphins could probably beat 65% of the league, but they're definitely going to beat the Panthers this week. But if they let Cam Newton get comfortable, they let Cam Newton move around a little too much, if they let Cam Newton get that power O at the goal line, because you know he's going to get it. So like, those are the things that they just have to keep themselves out those situations so they don't. I'm not really worried about Tua committing turnovers or anything crazy like that. But if the Panthers can force those and their defense can play very sound and fundamental, there's no way that I like the Panthers to get a nice, ugly dub out of it, maybe like a 2013 type game.
Okay, I see. I'm liking our defense to probably do the same thing they did to the Ravens, and I just like us to get like 4 or 5 sacks. Our defense is gonna go crazy. Maybe 2 interceptions. We win this one, but it's gonna be a close game.
4 West Coast players, and you guys have a very good chance of doing that shit.
And then another big game. Damn, there's a lot of divisional games this week.
It's hate week, man.
We got 5-6 Eagles trying to go even right here because the Cowboys keep losing, and this could get spicy. Going to in MetLife to play the Giants, who are 3-7, bottom of the barrel shit. Who you rocking with?
Bro, the Eagles gonna bust their motherfucking ass. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with the Giants, but I will say this: the Giants match up well against pass coverage passing teams that really want to throw the ball up. Even though they let Brady put up 30 on the ass, but they let the Bucks put up 30 on the ass. But they play well. They play a lot of deep cover too, a lot of zone, a lot of deep coverage, and they play well in those positions. They don't pressure the quarterback well. They put a lot of eight people in coverage. So not only there's three people to rush the quarterback, so eventually you'll find holes. But here's the thing: if you do that stupid shit to Jalen Hurts, oh, he's getting out of there. He's just gonna go take it off for 20. For anywhere, he's gonna definitely get the first down. But anywhere from 15 to 45 to touchdowns. So like the Giants don't match up well even slightly in this situation. New York's the gift that keeps on giving for a lot of teams. The Eagles is going to be another team. I don't even think Slay has to make any big plays, but he really has a good opportunity too, because that's just how he plays. He's been playing these last couple games, and if they just play this game simple, keep it what's been working, run that thing, play tight defense, and pressure the quarterback. Them boys is great. Like this isn't even going to be an easy. This isn't going to be no divisional bullshit, no none of that. Just get in there, handle business, and get the fuck out.
Hey, Jason Garrett just got kicked out the door. He's fired. He's gone. What's up?
Bro, you know what was crazy to me? I found when I was doing my own Thanksgiving football research. And boy, Jason Garrett, I didn't know Jason Garrett was like a quarterback for the Cowboys. And then I didn't know that he like came in to save the day one day when Bart Starr was hurt. Not Bart Starr, Troy Aikman was hurt. Like he was a third string quarterback from Princeton. They threw like 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. I want to say on the Packers or something like that. Sent them boys home. I was like, no wonder he had the fucking job for so. I saw that shit.
Jerry Jones considers him a son.
That's what I'm saying. I had to pause. I bet you like Jerry Jones would never forget that shit. He was like, man, you really saved our ass. Jason, I love you, man.
But no, he dead ass is said that in the interview, like when they asked him when the shit was a hot seat, they was losing. He was just like, Jason's like a son to me. Like you can't fire your son. Like, and he just gets so. But I kind of lost respect for Jason when he went to division rivalry, not for a head coach position, but demoted to offensive coordinator. And I was just like, bro, that's kind of grimy, bro. You're supposed to hate this team for 8 years, whatever you want. Played for the team. You was the hero for you probably. So your hate for this team should be longer than that, than 8 years. And now you're the offensive coordinator. I mean, unless you was doing an inside job and making sure they stink, which has been the case. That's the only thing I can see. But he's out the door. Freddie Kitchens will be calling the game. I doubt that's gonna help Daniel Jones. I think he stinks. But I think Saquon is gonna have at least a decent game. He's their star, even if it's like 50 receiving yards and 60 rushing yards. He's gonna put up 100 scrimmage yards, have a little touchdown. But give me Eagles. I think big play Slay's going to get an interception. I mean, Daniel Jones is going to be giving them out like turkey legs on Thanksgiving. Then I think Jalen Hurts, like you said, number one fantasy quarterback. But Miles Sanders is finally back. Jordan Howard is injured, who was leading the carries while he was out. So Miles Sanders, I expect to have a big game. And Eagles easily. I don't even think this should be close. I think, like I said, I think the Giants are the worst team in New York. Even though they have one more win than the Jets, I think the Jets play a little harder. So, enough about them shitty teams. Let's talk about a real team in the Falcons. Going to play Urban Meyer and the Jags. How you feeling? Is this bounce back week? Or we
could have bust their motherfucking ass. Fuck the Jaguars, dog. But nah, in all seriousness though, but nah, we got to get this dub this week. I'm not even gonna play. I took a mental health break from football last week because we've been losing. So this is a good chance to string some stuff together. And like the Jags haven't put up no points on nobody for real like that. So I think that's gonna be what kills them. if our offense can string, because their offense is going to be pressuring because they know that our O line is letting everybody walk all over them right now. So they're going to make a lot of pressures.
Yeah,
so we keep our turnovers low, very motherfucking low. And we tighten up, and Arthur Smith comes with it. And Arthur Smith has some good play calling. And we get Cordell Patterson back this game. There's a good chance we can come through and get this dubs easily. But we just need to play sound football. Our defense needs to come through. They need to keep getting stops. AJ Terrell continue being the man coverage monster that he is right now. And just don't give up too much stuff over the top, because they got to go for it a lot. They got to throw up a lot of prayers. They got to throw up a lot of risky footballs just to keep them in the game. Because if they can get 2 or 3 of those plays, it can pick up momentum, pick up steam, and really get shit cracking. So I'm more worried about the Falcons beating themselves in this game than Urban Meyer having a scheme or Trevor Lawrence going crazy. Because Trevor Lawrence can have 300 yards, but like that shit don't mean shit with 4 interceptions or 3 interceptions, like, and 1 touchdown. So they haven't used James Robinson well, which is disrespectful. I'm gonna have to see him at the family reunion, tell him what we got to do about that. I'll go Odell's dad if I got to. That's my cousin.
The tape.
That's my cousin. But motherfucking, I'll be like, look, man, they're not blocking for my kid, man.
Free James.
But, what you think is gonna happen in this game?
Well, one little crazy nugget I saw is Trevor Lawrence hasn't thrown a touchdown or an interception in the past 3 games. He's just throwing yards.
He's just throwing yards.
That's all he's doing out there. But I think the Falcons, this is a bounce back. There are certain teams who are just better. Like, there's certain tiers to this. And, like, the Jags are down there with the Lions, whereas I don't see the Falcons down there. And, like, when teams that are on, like, a medium tier of teams are on a losing streak, they're going to take their frustrations out if they get if they see a team like this up on the schedule. They can fix all their woes. Everything in practice comes together for this game. And they can probably carry it into the next game. But yeah, give me the Falcons. I think Kyle Pitts, I don't see anyone covering him. What's up?
Damn, they really don't have anybody to cover Kyle Pitts. I like to say that to piss people off, but they genuinely don't have anybody to cover Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, and I mean, AJ Terrell's a standout this year right now with the way he's playing. And right now I don't even know Jaguars' best receiver. Like, Marvin Jones is back, but he hasn't done much. And James Agnew, he's the only one that made a big play a couple of weeks ago that sparked their offense. So yeah, I don't see the Jags pulling out a win here. And people like to say, oh, would they get a home field advantage? Well, I went to Miami Dolphins game. Atlanta's not too far from Miami. It's a good of a distance, and they travel for that. Jacksonville's right up the street compared to Miami. Yeah, they're going to pull up in Jacksonville, make sure of that. I know them tickets are mad cheap right now. So, yeah, give me Atlanta here. And to close out, I think this is the last of the 1 o'clock games right here. Is there another one? Oh, yeah, this is the last one. Another New York team. We have the Jets going to Houston, play Tyrod Taylor. The Texans coming off a big win against the Titans.
Who put this in the schedule? This is actually a good matchup. This is a great game, especially this is
Zach
a good
Wilson's
game.
back.
Wait, hold on. I was gonna say just skip the Jets game. I don't even give a fuck about that. But hold on. This is a good matchup now.
Zach Wilson is back too, banged up.
Hey, how you feel about this? Haven't y'all played both of those teams in the last week or so?
Yeah, and we bust both their ass.
How you feel? Who do you think? Whose ass did you bust less?
See, the Jets had Joe Flacco when we played him. Zach Wilson immediately makes his team worse. Especially banged up Zach Wilson. He has this team without Zach Wilson. Elijah Moore was becoming a good fantasy football wide receiver. He was balling out these past few weeks, even with Matt White in, even in with Josh Johnson in. So I think Zach Wilson is just not clicking with these receivers and these other like QBs that have had longer stints in the NFL who know how to make the smarter read by now and stuff like that. these receivers actually play well, and this offense scores points. Whereas the Jets with Zach Wilson, like you said, Trevor Lawrence, they just fucking throwing picks. They're not doing nothing. There's Michael Carter's out for the Jets, who was their running back and was a major point of their offense when we played them. So that's why I'm leaning with the Texans. Michael Carter was a big part of their offense. Without him, I can't see them really doing much, especially with Zach Wilson in. I could see them pulling Zach Wilson, and maybe Joe Flacco comes in. Because Zach Wilson's not 100%. He's banged up. So maybe he takes a big hit. They come in. But, yeah, Tyrod's rolling. When the Texans have Tyrod in, this team is a frisky team. They can do stuff. At least he goes out there 100%, tries to win. Both of his touchdowns last week, he did a fucking try to hurdle somebody and flipped into the end zone and shit on like a 10-yard run. But, yeah, give me that boy.
That shit was so clean because that just showed you like, yo, he's real. That's what he's there for, just to do whatever he can to fucking win. And he goes in there and makes plays. He did that shit in the rain.
Yeah, but when he was on the Bills, he was a Pro Bowl alternate. And then the next year they draft Josh Allen and he gets benched. And then he kind of becomes this like travel guy, kind of like Teddy Bridgewater. Like he just kind of travels team to team. So I can see when he goes to teams, he's just basically saying like, fuck you to everybody else. Like no one else, like, hey, I'm a good quarterback. Watch this.
Bitch. I'm fucking with the Texans. I can't ever pick the Jets.
And they're at home.
Like you could tell me the Jets were playing in Africa. You could tell me the Jets are playing in Africa. I'm picking the Zimbabwe. The Zimbabwe Mutombo is over the Jets every time. Like I can never pick the Jets on purpose.
Yeah, so, no, bro. And exactly with the Texans defense has been forcing turnovers, and the Jets has made the most turnovers this season with 23. So if you're looking at this matchup things,
great fucking matchup. Hey, so this is the battle of 32. Whoever loses this game is the worst team in the league. When the Lions is gonna be 31. I don't care.
If you like bad football, that's your matchup. Like if you like to watch a game where you don't know what's gonna happen every play. Because some people you might know, this is gonna be completion, this is gonna be a good run. But if you watch this game, every play could be an interception, a fumble, a bad snap, a sack, a complete, like it's really a 50-50 every play game.
Hell yeah. During this game, I will be doing everything except watching this.
Yeah, no, I'll be checking
the score. My bathroom.
But that will wrap us up on the 1:00 games, and that's the dumpster fire for that game. 4:00 got all the bangers. Everyone knows 4:00's better football. This is when you're really getting up to watch it. We had the 6-4 Jay Herbo and the Chargers going to Mile High to play Teddy B and the Broncos.
Ooh.
Divisional 5-5, 6-4. This is divisional. This is who wants that wild card in the year.
Oh, it's gonna be interesting because people are putting up points on the Chargers. Like Teddy B might come ready through. He might see he's had a lot of pep in his step lately. Like he's been overthrowing a lot of shit recently. This time has been off, but this might be the game where he figures it out. He gets everything back right. He slows the game down a little bit, takes it one play at a time. I don't know, but like what I've learned in life is don't root for Bronco County. They're gonna get you in trouble. They're gonna get you in trouble. They beat the Cowboys. The only time they've ever gotten me in trouble when I picked against them was when they beat the Cowboys. Every other time the boys are fucking me up. So I'm gonna go with Jay Herbo and them boys because they fuck me up all the time, but at least I like getting fucked up by them. It's young. It's like getting fucked up by your younger brother. It's like when your younger brother do some stupid shit. Like you can correct it. You don't know no better. Y'all learn it. But the Broncos and the boys, man, y'all better figure this shit the fuck out. The fuck is wrong with y'all? That's supposed to be a motherfucking playoff team. But yeah, that's how I'm coming. I'm picking Jay Herbo and the boys, but I need them to not let them boys put up 30-something points on them because people have been putting up points on the motherfucking Chargers. It's crazy. What do you think is about to happen? Go down in this game.
Let me put my clown mask on real quick.
You said my clown mask.
Because they're gonna do it to me again. Give me the Broncos at home as the home dog.
Bronco County.
The Chargers, they can't stop the run. I'm really high on Broncos run game with Javonte Williams.
They finna run all over them.
And Melvin Gordon. one is like number 14 and one's number 15 in the rushing stat. So like if you put those together, they put up a lot of yards as a team.
I seen a stat that Javonte Williams is actually like he's the number one in rushing yards for somebody with 0 starts.
I can see it, yeah. He's also like he's either number 1 or number 2 for broken tackles, and it's him and Nick Chubb.
That's scary.
So he runs angry, like he runs through people. But it's just like Melvin Gordon's not playing bad either. So he's the vet. He's been there, cost a lot more.
Yeah,
Let's
they
get the
paid
most
him all
out of
that
him.
money.
But I think that if the Broncos, and there's the only reason I'm picking them, if Melvin Gordon gets like 18 touches and Javonte Williams can get like 15 touches, and there's only need Teddy B to throw like 20, 22 passes on those short 3rd and 4s and stuff like that. Jerry Jeudy is some of the best feet in the game. I like him. Asante Samuel Jr. is going to be out for the Broncos. I'm not Broncos, but for the Chargers. So they have one of the best defenses when it comes to passing, but they're going to be short on a key defensive back right there. Give me the Broncos at home.
This is going to be a big time of possession game. Big time of possession game. Whoever controls the time of possession is really going to be able to do stuff because you don't want these defenses getting tired because the defense is going to let something up over the top. So this is going to be, obviously, whoever controls the time of possession of this game and keeps their turnovers to a minimum, they got the W in this situation because that mile high weather is something for real. That air is thin. So we don't see what Jay Herbo and them boys got.
Yeah, big divisional game. But probably what I think is going to be the biggest game of this whole weekend right here, 425. Don't miss it. 7-3 Rams going to Lambeau. Play the Packers. 8-3, 7-3. Rams are the favorite by 1.5, making the Packers an underdog at home. And I believe the Rams coming off of 2 losses, if I'm not mistaken, and the Packers coming off a loss with Minnesota. Aaron Jones is questionable. Jair Alexander's still out. Kevin King, the second corner, is doubtful. So their DBs are kind of banged up. And I think that's really the only big people out for this game. This is a heater. This is NFC Championship possibility. This is playoffs. I see it later.
The Packers is a home dog.
In Lambeau.
Aaron Rodgers? I thought they could only be a home dog in Chicago because, they own it over there. Like, that's crazy. Like, don't get me Rams just figuring some wins together, but, like, that's crazy. I'm taking the Packers in this one. I need them boys to bounce back after that loss. I talked so much shit about the defense. I got it. What you got? What's going on?
One thing I just want to point out. Matt LaFleur was asked, how did you feel about Aaron Donald not being able to make the playoffs last year because of the Packers? And Matt LaFleur said, I want to cry. And that shit really had me laughing my ass. I've never heard a coach really like this basically said like, fuck you, Aaron. I don't give a fuck if Aaron Donald will make the fucking playoffs.
Well, he got hurt in the Packers game?
I have no idea. I just remember I heard it on the Pat McAfee show. And when I heard that, I was like, oh shit, Matt LaFleur, like that's pretty gangster, Matt LaFleur.
That is kind of gangster. But the Packers just came off a heartbreaking loss to the Vikings. Shouldn't have went down like that, but it went down like that. So they're coming through, ready to come through, and they're saying, y'all think y'all finna come to my house?
Come here?
Where I reside? Where I fuck my bitches at? You think you finna come in here and get, oh man, Aaron Rodgers got something for that. But I need this defense to be consistent. I was rapping hard on this defense. And then Justin Jefferson gets 168 fucking yards. So this defense is key. If you can keep Matthew Stafford confused, keep him giving him different looks, and make him mess up. I don't care about time of possession. If you can make him mess up. I had to put the claps on because this is, like you said, this is a fucking heater. This might be the NFC Championship game. And if the Packers win this NFC Championship game, I'm looking real good about saying they're my Super Bowl pick. But motherfucking, they gotta play sound football. They gotta play tough. They gotta play rugged. And I gotta come ready to to just capitalize on any little mistake that can happen because the Rams be fucking up. This could be Odell's breakout game. This could be Odell. This could be a normal day for them boys. But they just gotta figure this shit out and they gotta go. How do you think this is gonna play out?
So Matthew Stafford has the most passing touchdowns against the Packers all time with 37. He's seen the Packers. He used to play them twice a year, playing in the Lions. So he's used to seeing Aaron Rodgers and his boys, but now he's got backup. Now it ain't just him and the Lions, it's him and the Rams. And as my NFC favorite, who I picked to go into the Super Bowl for this year for the NFC is the Rams. I'm rocking with the Rams. Aaron Rodgers is dealing with a toe injury. I think this is the game where Von Miller, Leonard Floyd, and Aaron Donald finally mesh together because I know the Packers will be out of 3 of their 5 starting offensive linemen. So they're going to be having some rotating guys in and out a lot, stuff like that. So with that going on, I know it's not often you see the Packers as an underdog at home, and that makes you want to jump on it a lot. But I just think they match up well, especially since some of the linemen are out. The DBs are hurt. I think Cooper Kupp, even if Odell don't have a big game, Cooper Kupp has been balling this year. And Matthew Stafford, who's played against the Packers twice a year for so much, has the most passing touchdowns against them. He's used to this team. I like it here. I like it a lot. Give me the Rams.
I think the Packers respect Matthew Stafford too much to let him go off. They respect him too much. The Packers just respect Matthew Stafford way too much to just let him go crazy with that new. They got something for that kid.
It's gonna be a good game. Hey, I wish that one was good. We have a good game for Sunday night, but that would have been a banger for Sunday night football.
So we got a good game Sunday night. Who playing? You versus me?
It's Ravens and Browns, another divisional game.
I guess
but that one right there would have been a banger.
They should have just let you and me versus the Ravens. That shit, I bet you that should have sold.
Yeah, sold out. And
Baltimore.
Next game on the list. Hey, I kind of like this game. We have the Vikings 5-5, big win after the Packers, Captain Kirk and them boys, versus Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers 5-5, just coming off back-to-back wins off the Rams and just blew out the Jaguars of Jacksonville.
Hey, shout out to schedule makers this season. They got a good. They hit it good this week. This is a really good matchup. What do you think finna go down?
I want to say the 49ers only beat up on bad teams, but they beat the Rams. The Vikings are coming off a big win. They're on the road, but they don't really perform any better on the road or at home. So they're the same on both sides. This is a really this is an even ass matchup. Give me the Vikings. This is one of the teams I was saying they need to tighten up and get their shit together. Maybe they heard me because they just won that big game. Maybe they go to 6-5, and this is gonna be a frisky team come wild card. But I think Justin Jefferson's coming off. I think he's been clicking back-to-back 100-yard weeks. 49ers, I mean, their DBs haven't really had that great of a year. I know they've been hurt. Deebo Samuel, that isn't be battle receivers like Deebo Samuel versus Jefferson, and I think Kirk Cousins has give me Captain Kirk. I just like it so much. My gut's telling me jump on the Vikings.
You and your cousin Kirk. Can't
hate on the man.
Hey, look, man. I'm gonna take the Vikings in this one because I feel like we forgetting that a couple weeks ago, the media was screaming Kyle Shanahan, what's going on? It was exposing his record. They was exposing all this shit. This is that great a coach. It was exposing him.
They pull the stats up.
But this man gets Deebo Samuel. We're gonna act like he don't got Deebo Samuel looking like an all-pro right now. So Kyle Shanahan, I like this. They played a lot of. I think these are two teams that played a lot of close games this season. But I think the Vikings have played a little bit more, and the Vikings have won a little bit more close games than they have. So I'm trusting the Vikings to come through. I like Justin Jefferson to eat on this defense. And if he can eat for a third game in a row, that should be crazy. That's a hat trick. And it's like the Vikings they played a little tougher. And I'm gonna be dissecting this game the entire way, just looking like, what do I not like about them? Is it the way they walk? Is it the way they talk? Is it the way they
Is it a certain person?
Yeah, is there somebody that I just don't like the way there's somebody that ain't got no drip? Because Kirk Cousins got drip. Jared Goff, no drip. Kirk Cousins,
No drip.
some drip, some drip. I'm not gonna lie, it's enough drip for me to like it. Not like it a lot, but I do be liking that. So we gonna see what happens. We're gonna see if Mike Zimmer has play calls to deal with that defense, because defense is gonna have a couple looks. But what can that O-line, what can that offense do against the Vikings? Because the Vikings aren't a great defense, but they're not a bad defense. So like it's gonna be just a matter of like who steps up more. Is it the skill players of the Vikings with the Dalvin Cooks and Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen? Or is it gonna be the coaching scheme of the 49ers and what they have ready to play? Jimmy G plays a great game, manages the game well, and they can get that running game off. So it's gonna be interesting to see who goes where.
Yeah, a big piece is missing from the defense. Now that you brought it up, Minnesota Everson Griffin. Did you see the video that was released?
No.
So over the weekend, not over the weekend, but it feels like a weekend, but over the past few days, leading up to Thanksgiving, mental health. He thought there was intruders in his house. He's recorded a video like, "This is my gun. He took a shot in the house, called the cops. He didn't leave his house, like barricade himself in there for the day. Came out like that. He's going to like a mental like head trauma unit or something to get everything checked out. He will not be playing this game. He has to deal with all that stuff. But like, hey, mental awareness is real. Like CTE is a real thing. People head-to-head contact and stuff like this will happen, like mess you up. But he's a key person on that defensive line, and he's not going to be there. And they're already banged up. They already didn't have Danielle Hunter, Michael Pierce, stuff like that. So it kind of makes me wary on the pick now. I'm rethinking that, but I think they're gonna rally, especially since it's not like he hurt himself. Like this is like he's still there. Like, hey, let's do it for him for this week. Like he's not gonna be here, so like we got him. So I like the Vikings here.
Yeah, I'm taking the Vikings on this one. I'm gonna be dissecting. I gotta see what I don't like about them.
Gotta keep an eye on them.
I'm telling you.
But yeah, we spoke on it earlier. Sunday night's matchup: 6-5 Browns, divisional game going up against the Ravens, who are 7-3. Lamar coming over the illness. I'm pretty sure he's playing. He's been practicing. Browns got to beat up Baker Mayfield. I really think they play better with Case Keenum than beat up Baker. And
hey, I'm taking the Ravens on this one all day. Like Lamar is back. And he's going to show you how to try, because that's what we do. That's how we coming, man. Because, like, I feel like that game that they had last week was an ugly game. The quarterback got sacked 6 times. That's fucked up. But at the end of the day, I like them boys to get off on the Browns. I don't know if the Browns is fully healthy. They got both the running backs this week because, they be having, like,
I know they got Chubb. I think Kareem Hunt's not back yet.
Motherfucker, I'm definitely taking the Browns in this one. Not the Browns. I'll never say that in life. But I'm taking the Ravens this one. I like John Harbaugh to come through. They come through and run the ball. That's what you got to do. Run. And this defense is going to be turned the fuck up. Like, that's one thing I like about the Ravens defense. I don't think they have the best defense, but they have a turned defense, and a turned defense creates momentum. Momentum creates stops, and that's what you love. So I like to see it. I love to see it. We're gonna see what they can do, but who you got in this one? If you say the Browns, you might as well.
No, give me the Ravens. I mean, Baker. Like if Case Keenum's in, I give some reasons that they can make their way down. But beat up Baker. There's already blood in the water. He can't make a pass further than 20 yards. He wasn't that good, even if he's not hurt. Myles Garrett, who's leading the league in sacks right now, he's having a good season, but and that defense is playing well with Denzel Ward. But I just don't see this offense putting up enough points to beat the Ravens. The Ravens are a team you got to put up like 30 to beat them, and the Browns are not that team, especially not with Baker at the helm.
Nice. But yeah, I like to see. I hope this is a good game though, because like I'm like to see good games Sunday night. Because like, I try my best not to go to sleep. I want to make like a Discord or something to start making like group chats, but like we don't get our fans aren't cool enough to hop in the Discord with me. They'll let me sit there with by myself eating dinner and shit.
Low key watching you.
Yeah, watching me and shit. I wake up and I see like I go to sleep, I'll doze off. I wake up, I see like 20 people in the chat looking like, look at this guy sleep. You're like, what? And we'll see. But no, this is gonna be. I hope it's a great game. I hope that the Justin Tucker kicks 4 or 5 field goals. Like I hope it's like high scoring. I hope it's lit. We'll see.
Yeah, it's divisional. Those divisional games are always good, especially primetime games. And then to wrap us up, Monday night, primetime, not divisional, but I think it's going to be a good game. It's going to be an ugly one. We got 3-7 Seahawks, Russell Wilson, Mr. Unlimited, going into Washington to beat to go up against Tyler Heineke and them boys who won 2 in a row on the low.
Hey, if the Washington football team win this game, they're a playoff team in my eye. Even though I don't think the Seahawks are having their best season right now, and they're looking like they might have to overhaul some shit. But they're a playoff team. If they can get this 3rd win in a row and start streaking, because this is where you can slow down. This is where it's like, okay, you got 2 wins. You didn't really expect that. You got your defense, your division's still like pretty much in the same direction as it always was. It was Cowboys number 1 with the Eagles streaking, trending upwards and getting closer and closer to the getting closer to the Cowboys. Dang, that was terrible. But I really like to see if they can come out here and get this dub and get this 3rd win in a row. That means that okay, they're trending upwards. Ron Rivera's got them boys buying in,
juice,
and they're really trying to win. Like I don't even care if it's the ugliest game. It could be 13-12. If they can get this 3rd win in a row, they're a playoff team. I think the Seahawks are gonna win, but I'm gonna take the football team on this because I want to see this division get a little dangerous, get a little more risky. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what the NFC least is about. They really just do. They really play it all the way to the end. So if they can get this W right here, it's gonna mean something come playoff time.
Hey, I'm rocking Washington. I think they're going to get that 3rd dub in a row. Their defense, even without Chase Young, Russell Wilson, who's been since his last 2 weeks been back, he's been sacked a combined 7 times, and it's mostly the guards who have been struggling. So Jonathan Allen should have a good matchup, and Darren Payne. Like these are all first rounders. Their all defensive line are all first rounders, so they all got the talent. I mean, the Seahawks offense has been struggling, and for their defense to let up points like they do and yards like they do, this offense has to be clicking. And I just don't see it unless they can show me otherwise. I don't know if he's still having finger issues or what, or if they're just not clicking. DK Metcalf hasn't had over 50 yards in the last 3 games. Like they're just not really clicking right now. Washington, on the other hand, is clicking. They beat 2. I mean, I won't say the Panthers are a great team or good team, but they're not a slouch. They're not the worst team on the block. But then they beat the Bucs, so they're trending upwards. Taylor Heineke, I'd rather give him the money before I give Baker the money.
Oh, that's a tough one. I'd rather just go get some running backs and a good O-line. I could draft a motherfucker. Eventually. I might catch somebody in the 3rd or 4th, but like I'm gonna draft a motherfucker to come in and take over one day.
Scary Terry, I think he's probably one of the most underrated wide receivers right now.
He is the most underrated wide receiver. If it wasn't for the fact that who is it? I can't think of a brand name right now.
But yeah, he's up there when it comes to, because in contested catches, he leads the league with like 23, and I don't think there's anyone else that's close with him. And he's getting the ball. Like it's not like he's getting the perfect passes or anything like that, but he's going up there and making them catches. Like so, I like him.
It's gonna be a good game. Like it's gonna be a lot better game than the last Monday game. I'll say that. I don't know why the NFC is getting inconsistent Monday games, but we're not gonna say nothing. The schedule makers did good this week.
Yeah, they did pretty. Like I said, this week I feel like there's some pretty good matchups, like some good even matchups. Even this Monday night, if Russell comes to play and what like this, there's no real telling what's gonna happen here. But I'm rocking Washington.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Yeah,
and I like the Seahawks. The Seahawks are all about adversity, but let's see what happens.
Yeah, this is a big week. This is week 12. There's only 5 more games after. This is where teams that need to win. And the teams that aren't winning, hey, try to knock somebody out.
And the Chiefs got a motherfucking bye. They better come back red hot, boy.
And the Cards. Hopefully when the Cardinals come back, they come back a little healthier. D-Hop playing and Kyler Murray playing.
Hey, and shout out my dog, Derek. I asked him to win this week, and he got the fucking W, man. Shout out my dog, Derek.
And on the Saints, shout out to them. I'm never picking them again as long as Jameis Winston's not the quarterback.
Hey, I got a nugget I can't remember what I was watching. They say, Derek Carr is like number 1 when it comes to like passes above 20 yards or something like that.
No, I believe it because earlier in the year he was like number 1 or number 2, and I haven't seen that stat much since from PFF and shit.
He be slinging that thing.
That's why when Henry Ruggs went down, I was like, that's a big hurt because like they get a lot of chunk plays. But yeah, that closes us out for our whole our picks. I'm liking it. We have some good even matchups. We're on the other side, like that Chargers and Broncos, Panthers and Dolphins, and then Seahawks and I don't know if my Seahawks and Washington. But yeah, I think those 2 games. Is there anything you want to throw a shot on? No. Just checking.
I bet you motherfucking is the way I've been losing all these shots.
Just checking. Hey, I was hoping you took the Panthers on a shot. Like, hey, that give me some extra boost.
Set up. I see what you did there. You wrote that down. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna kill his ass on that Panthers shot take.
He's gonna be like, why the fuck did I pick the Panthers?
Every time, I really like these niggas. But nah, man, that's been another episode of the Totally Blitzed podcast. Them boys is working, man. If you made it all the way out here today, I don't care what your people says. I don't care what your haters say. I don't care what your ops say. I fuck with you. You's a real one. We fuck with you. We fuck with you the long way. But that's how we're coming, man. We got nothing but consistent episodes. 2 episodes a week. We got a preview. We're gonna have a recap for you either Wednesday or Thursday. This preview Saturday, Sundays. We got them coming, man. So keep peeping, stay consistent. We keeping it fresh every week. We got a long season. We got more football and nothing more. But peep Totally Blitz, man. It's great. You can't beat it. Shot, smoke, and whatever you like, man. Hey, but shout out anybody watching this shit, man. This has been another episode of the Totally Blitz podcast. It's your boy Lil KK, aka the Don P. I'm here with your boy Paul Fick, and this has been another episode of Totally Blitz. Yeah.
Problem with being problematic. Get the light beam on me ready for electrostatic. Don't you step into this box if you're not batting. Cause my gang got tools. You can call them boy crap, man. This gang got rules, man. You better watch your passes. This ain't not.